All right. Hermit Crab, first-time chatter says, what does your untactical tag imply? Well, first of all, Hermit Crab, welcome to the stream on a Saturday. Good to see you. Glad to have you. And welcome in. As for the untactical, it's kind of a joke. We joke that this community of misfits is the cult of bad tactical decisions. We make a lot of bad decisions, sometimes on purpose. So untactical is just, well, it's a state of mind, really, when you think about it. You think about it along them lines. Oh, so to answer your question, Megas, if you're still out there, there is, in fact, still a Shin Megami Tensei series. As a matter of fact, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Vengeance, the latest in the series, just released on Steam, like, this week, or maybe it was last week, or maybe even the week before. I don't know. It was sometime this month. But yes, the Shin Megami Tensei baseline series, not Persona, but just the baseline series, is in fact still going and has just recently gotten an entry. To answer that question. Sierra, I'm curious, I forget, what time is your Degenerates meeting? I forget. Was it 4 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Central, something like that? I don't remember. You'd have to tell me. But yeah, there might be some overlap with the stream. For those of you that are gonna do that, I don't know. It's gonna be 1800 Eastern, so that's what, 1700 here? That would be 5 o'clock. So yeah, I mean, there might be a little bit of overlap with the very end of the stream. Yeah. So, well, we will see. We will see. I mean, if you guys are gonna go have your Degenerates meeting, I might just end the stream early today and go get some food. I mean, not right now, but we'll see. We will see. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And War Rocket Ajax rolling into the stream on a Saturday with some big stompy robots. Unleash the Earth. We already have several times, Ajax. We already have. But good to see you. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday. We're always glad to see you. And then immediately repriming for 6 months saying, "Oh yeah." Well, I agree, Ajax. Oh yeah to you as well. And thank you for the 6 months of continued support, which, again, you do not have to do, but I appreciate it all the same. Thanks for hanging out for 6 months, and thanks for supporting me and the community for that long as well. Sierra, we will see. We will see. I would not be opposed to ending the stream a little early to hang out with you guys in the Discord and enjoy some waifu / husbando presentations. We will see. We will see. No promises, but we will see. Was there a full alpha? Yeah, there has been many a full alpha, Ajax. I promise. Wait, what kind of company do you think this is? You know how we do business here. You know how we do business here. Many a full alpha has been had by all, including in the face by our enemies. But anyway, now that we are back, let me see. Game audio is on. Outstanding. You love to see it. So let us get into this. So I was talking about before we went to the BRB, was we wanted to get into an industrial hub, which we have done. But the other thing that we were talking about is we have a lot of like improved sensors, like improved gyros and all kinds of other fun stuff that I would absolutely love to get installed into these mechs that we're using often. I say that, and then we don't actually use a whole lot of these mechs very often. Like the crabs are probably going to be retired soon. We could probably throw some parts into these atlases. The king crab that we just put together might not be a bad idea to do that too. But let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. So we got gyros. We got the flexibility, which is torso twist, and we got the agility, which is turn speed acceleration. I think we go with the agility on the king crab. And then for sensors, again, we don't really need sensors for the AI, but it might help us. The AI having improved sensors might also help us detect enemies as well. So we've got AC-20 and some large lasers. I think a ballistic FCS for this would be good. And we'll go ahead and put powered sensors in this puppy as well. Again, some fairly minor upgrades, but I think overall those will be good upgrades to have on the field. The atlases we will probably use at some point, but let's have a look at the Highlander. Highlander is good. The Awesome is also good, although what we could do is we could potentially get in here and stick a gyro in this thing as well. Oh, we already have one. Outstanding, outstanding. Looks like I already had it figured out. AI benefit from life support add-ons. I try to find evasion so they don't take hits. Yeah, we haven't really found any life support add-ons. That's the thing. Let's see. While we're here, we might as well go ahead and we're gonna have to put this Warhammer back together. So let's repair it all. We have all the parts that we need, so we can just go ahead and fix it flat out. I'm not going to put any special parts in the Warhammer because we're only kind of using it to fill in. We're not really using it to, we're not using them very often. Let's go ahead and look at this Annihilator, which, again, it performed admirably. It performed admirably. I took a lot of damage, and if we hadn't gotten headshotted at the very end of the mission, I think it probably would have done pretty well. So, we'll get everything fixed up there, and the ER large burst, I think, yeah, we did find some better ER large burst lasers. So we'll go ahead and we'll stick those in there because better weapons is just going to make this thing more effective. So we'll get the tier 0s out of here, put in some tier 2s. We got 3 more, so I'll go ahead and upgrade this one as well. There we go. And the FCS, sadly, we do not have another Nova FCS. The reason I like the Nova is because it decreases the laser heat generation. That's actually gonna hurt now that we don't have it anymore. So we're gonna have to... I mean, we're gonna use the FCS energy, but that loss of heat generation reduction is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. I think we'll go ahead and put an agility gyro in this thing as well. And we'll get to work putting it back together. And he was 6 flamers. That would be a waste of an Annihilator. Now, to be fair, you could also, if you were going to do that, though... Chet. No. Okay, but hear me out. I'm not gonna do it. But hear me out. Fill up all the energy weapon slots with flamers. That's gonna give you a shitload of spare tonnage. Hardened armor, C100 core, max it out. And then put the biggest supercharger and jump jets in it. Make that Annihilator go 100 kph and literally burn everything down. Chet. I mean, I wish we had hardened armor. It doesn't exist. Alright. Let's try it. I shouldn't. I know I fucking shouldn't. But let's try it. Alright, we're gonna repair everything. We're gonna strip everything. We're taking this thing back to basics. So, supercharger. Speed boost is 50%, acceleration boost is 400%. If we go with mask, It still gives us the same boost. We get a little bit less acceleration, but we get a lot of turning, damage interval, all that. So remind me, chat, is mask active or is it passive? Do I even have... I'm sure we have more than 8 flamers, Ajax. You can do both. Right, but what I mean is, like, is mask an active ability? Like, do I have to do it? I have to hit a button? Not a... Excuse fucking you? Oh, okay. Alright. Do we have the 400? We do, in fact, have a 400. Alright. God, this is gonna be so dumb. Alright, we want... I mean, we might as well double down on the speed and the turning. Now, let's have a look at the flamers, right? Let's have a look at the flamers. Not only... Ajax. Not only do we have flamers. We have 21 Tier 4 flamers. To answer your question. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's do this. Can I put... Can't put supercharger in the head. I can't put it in there either. Are you fucking kidding me? Is there nowhere else that you... Does the supercharger have to go on the torso? Because that's gobbling up a valuable flamer slot. Son of a bitch. Well, guess what? We just bought 2 AMSs. So we're doing that too. We're gonna have to XL this thing. I don't like the idea of XLing this thing, but we're gonna have to do it. Then again, maybe not. Maybe we don't have to XL. Maybe we don't. Maybe we can put Indo in it. We got a lot of spare criticals. Damn it. Yeah, we would need the XLs for the jump jets. But, I mean, if we're gonna heresy. I mean, we only have 4. We only have 4 assault class jump jets. Mother... Not enough free slots. Okay, so we gotta ditch the Pharaoh. We don't have enough critical slots without it. Or with it. Alright. I mean, we're gonna be in close, so we might as well put on the assault knuckles. Put in an FCS that we don't really need, but we'll put it in anyway. Put in the powered sensors. We need at least a couple of bins of AMS ammo. 15,000 rounds. Jesus. How many rounds does it use? Like, is 6,000 rounds enough for an extended engagement with an AMS, or do we need more ammo than that? Because what I'll do is put the ammo in the feet where it belongs. Are there any more jump jets on the market? There are not. Son of a bitch. Alright, so now we have the opposite problem, which is... now we have too much tonnage and not enough stuff to eat up that tonnage. So we could... I mean, we could put in... an active probe. We don't actually have that many probes. We can do Battle Fist. No? Yeah? So, Black Market Probe. And put in some countermeasures as well. And Swift Draw with 500 Bezos bucks says, "Congrats, boss. You're making the Wolf Dragoons cry. Good. Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em." And then... I mean, do Flamers don't actually generate really any heat, though, is the... like, we don't actually need that much heat dissipation because we're only using Flamers. I would love to add another jump jet. The only problem is there are no more jump jets. We have installed all of the jump jets that we currently have, and there are none on the market. Let's see. We can't max armor because we've already maxed armor. So we could modular armor somewhere? Question mark? If we pull out the endo. Okay, alright. We can make that work. We can make that work. So if we ditch one heatsink, and then we drop a little bit of armor. Oh, you know what? We don't even need to drop armor because we can put in patchwork materials instead. And then we still technically have to drop a little bit of armor. What do we think about this, chat? This is the dumbest thing I think we've done in Mechwarrior 5 so far. And to be honest, 64 kph for an Annihilator is definitely fast for an Annihilator. But it's not fast. It's definitely not fast. But it is fast for an Annihilator. Yeah, exactly. I second that. It's disgusting and I love it. It'll go 120 kph when you activate the mask and supercharger. This is weapons grade heresy, chat. And I am here for it. Alright, do we do this? Do we really spend 3 million C-bills in 3 months? 4 months? To turn this into the most disgusting fucking Annihilator I think I have ever seen? My only regret is that we can't put one more flamer in here because we have to have the supercharger in the torso. That makes me sad. Heavy flamers, maybe, eventually. Once we get to the point in the timeline where heavy flamers are available, I will absolutely consider it. Alright, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It is so fucking stupid, and I love it. Let's do it. Alright. Now with that out of the way, question mark. I mean, you know what we could do, chat? We could head over here to one of these arena contracts. I know we were supposed to be over here in Merrick's days. You put a supercharger in a side torso with an XL. Yeah, but an XL's kind of dangerous, though. Let's start the work. I'll see if it'll let me do it, but we could do an arena mission just to test this puppy out. Let's do it, chat. Let's do it. This is another one of those designs that I don't think is gonna be worth a shit under normal battlefield circumstances, but in an arena setting, I think this thing is gonna be gross. Alright, somebody said paint it. We gotta paint it. Where's the fire paint job? Because we have to do fire, right? Like we have to. Let's go... do something like that. Nah, I want a little more red, so let's go... Let's do something like that, and then here... I don't know. Nambo says, gotta go. Gonna leave this in the background while catching up on the YouTubes. Have fun and good luck. Well, thanks for dropping by, Nambo. We're glad to have you. Or Nambob, I guess. I'm not sure which. Be sure to let me know. But thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for dropping by on a Saturday. Hopefully you had a good time. And I do wish you an outstanding rest of your weekend. And Cody rolling into the chat as well, saying, boss lady, welcome to the stream, Cody. Good to see you. Hopefully things are going good for you as well. I don't know if you're going to have to do any work today. I know the weekend is normally work time for you. But hopefully the weekend is doing right by you so far. We do something like this. Actually, you know what? We do that. We do that. Yeah. There we go. So luckily I get today and tomorrow off. Out-fucking-standing, Cody. You love to hear it. Well, congratulations on actually getting to have a weekend like the rest of us normal human beings. And hopefully it's going to be a great one for you. And any weekend where you don't have to work is a great fucking weekend. So you love to hear that shit. And Mate rolling in for a 6th month says, hello, what is happening? Well, Mate, you just missed us putting together some Mech Bay Heresy. We have put 7 flamers into an Annihilator with a bunch of weight reduction and all the bells and whistles. And we are about to take this thing out and see what we can do with it. I mean, it's gonna take 4 months to get it put back together, but yeah, it's gonna be good. Now, listen, chat. There is a part of me that wants to also, like, we could go with this paint job, but hear me out. Hear me out. We could go with... Well, never mind. I thought there was like a snake skin pattern or something. I was gonna say we could go with like lizard skin or snake skin, and try to make this thing look like Godzilla. Oh, there we go, Cobra. See, we could do that. We could do Cobra. You know, put scales on it, make it look like Godzilla. Because that's what I think of when I think of the Annihilator. I think of Godzilla. What do you think? Flames or Godzilla? I'll leave it up to you guys. Think should be called Cobra. I mean, if we use the Cobra paint job, we'll call it Cobra Commander. I mean, it's pretty even. It's pretty even. It's kind of down the middle. But I think the Zillas have it. I think the Zillas might have it. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like at least. So obviously we gotta go with like a greenish color here, so let me do something like this. Nah, that's a little too green. Alright, let's do this instead. I'll be like I'm gonna do like, there we go. We want something like that, right? And then something similar, but we want a little bit of a different color on this one. So I'll go like, you know, slightly different tone. Well, maybe a little brighter. There we go. We want some contrast. And then for the in-between, because it's Godzilla, obviously, we go with no, I forget. What is this? Okay, that's what it was. There we go. Right? So we go with like the neon blue for the big ol' radiation laser. And then, I mean, do we... Yeah, we'll call it Cobra Commander. We'll call it Cobra Commander, even though it's clearly Godzilla themed. We'll call it Cobra Commander. Alright. Now. We got a free-for-all medium with only a 55-ton limit. We got a 4v4 open. I mean, we kind of have to, right? This will give us a chance to kind of stretch our legs on the super heavy assaults. So I think we bring in the Atlases. We haven't had an opportunity to bring in the Atlases yet. And I mean, the other King Crab has just finished up, or will be finished up soon. So we'll go ahead and bring that out, and maybe it can get its colors as well. Alright, so King Crab. Somebody's gotta drive this thing. How about Serini? Serini, are you still out there in the chat? Are you still hanging out? I know I seen you. Serini, what do you feel like, how do you feel about claiming a king crab as your own? Or would you prefer a different mech? How is the merkin in the sphere? Well, first of all, good to see you, Travis. And happy Sunday to you down under. Glad to see you. Glad you could join us. And you just missed some weapons grade heresy that we are about to field. It's not a Marauder 2, but it suffices. Alright. Well, I mean, we can put you in the Marauder 2. That's fine. Except, oh wait, Erst has already got dims. Alright, so we'll put Serini in there. As for the Atlas, I mean, obviously Jacob Bronski's got to be one of the Atlas pilots. And let's see, who else do we put in? Let's put in Sage Raven. And nobody really I mean, the commander's got affinity for the Annihilator, but I want to put somebody else in this. Let's see. You know what? Since Mate just got here, let's put Mate in the Annihilator. It's still gonna take 117 days before this thing gets put back together. But fuck it, we ain't doing anything else. Oh, Ansi has good energy. I didn't even think about that. Technically, flamers do count as energy. So yeah, maybe Ansi is a better fit. Maybe Ansi is a better fit. If that's the case, we'll put Mate in one of the Atlases. There we go. There we go. Now, let's see how this thing works. This could be the best or the worst thing we have ever done. And that's the great part about Mech Bay Heresy, is you never really know until you get out there on the field.
And we're off to the races. These Mechwarriors are about to trade laser and cannon blast.
Alright. Whoops. Weapon groups. So, Assault Knuckles. Yep. And then Flamer. All the time. All day, day. We're not even chain firing. We're just gonna fire constantly. Now, son of a bitch. There we go.
Yeah, that does not sound very tasty, Jackson.
There we go. Alright, alright. Now, the question is, I don't remember. I know that shift is what we set the supercharger to. Where are my gameplay? Where is my... Wait, where is my... Controls, there we go. Toggle mask. Also left shift. Okay. Oh my god. Chat. Chat. We have created an abomination. We have created an abomination. It's beautiful. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send in the boys. I'm gonna send in the boys. And I'm gonna sneak around behind them.
You heard the commander. Take the target.
Alright, go get him. Go get him. Because we're already moving at almost 65 kph without the mask and supercharger. Oh. Oh, you have made a huge mistake, my friend. Oh, this is nasty, Chet. It is fucking nasty. Oh, this is so dumb. This is so dumb, and I am loving every second of it.
Delivered another opponent straight to the abyss. He's turning the arena into a metal graveyard. I just hope
I love it. I love it.
That's why you sleep with a nightlight. Mason wins the day. He takes the glory and the purse.
Honestly,
And here I struggle to find matching socks.
honestly, I probably could have done that without backup. Yeah, that is 129 kph at full sprint. That is faster than a locust without buffs. We have created the greatest abomination. Like, Large Laser Annie was good. Flamer Annie is better. So whoever suggested that, you are my fucking hero, because this thing is great. Have you found hardened armor? Not yet. Not yet. All things in time. We only got 6 salvage picks, so it doesn't really matter what we take. I mean, fuck it. I'll take some hunchback salvage. Like, it literally doesn't matter. We didn't do this for the salvage. We did it for the money, and we did it to see what kind of shenanigans we could get up to. It was beautiful. Yeah, that's one of those moments where, like, if you're on the battlefield in the inner sphere, and you see something moving 120 kph, and you're just like, oh yeah, that must be a locust or some other kind of light scout mech. And then you realize that you shouldn't be picking up a sensor contact for a light mech at that range. And then the computer tells you that it's 100 tons, and you're like, oh man, the targeting computer is clearly on the fritz again. I'm gonna have to get it looked at. And then the target comes around the corner, and it's a fucking annihilator. I can only imagine that the volume of the shit as it forces its way out of you could be heard from space. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Well worth it. It was worth 4 months and 3 million sea bells. I regret nothing. I regret nothing. Yeah, flamers are busted anyway, but like, I could even remove the flamers and just go with a melee build on that, and it would probably be equally effective. Like, if we could find a variant of the Annihilator that has 2 melee weapons in the hands, like a sword or something, oh man. It would be dumb. It would be so stupid. Unfortunately, you'll have to do that one again, Trev, as it thinks you were trying to post the link because the bot is dumb and it drinks. Alright, here we go. Assassination contract. Greg's Longstriders. This will be the first time in a long time that we've actually been in an area where mercenaries could potentially show up. So that might be a wrinkle. But we need to put together a 315-ton lance. So let's see how we're going to do that. Let's see. We do have the Warhammer that we just put back together. We got the Victor. Let's do a Warhammer. Let's do... Just thinking. I'm just thinking. Annie and 3 locusts? Maybe. Maybe. And Electro says, how can I cash out all the dopamine points to get happy? Well, it's, so... If you've ever played Death Stranding... I know, that's an odd segue. If you've ever played Death Stranding, notice that one of the biggest currencies in the game, i.e., one of the things that the game encourages you to do often, and I see Electro, hydration incoming. But one of the things that that the game encourages you to do is to build stuff in places that isn't necessarily just useful for you, but is also useful for other players. With that being said, the only thing you get for it is likes. And the game absolutely pokes fun at, like, social media culture and the constant attempts to get likes and recognition online. So, it's kind of that thing. Like, that's why I joke and say it's dopamine hits. It has the same value. It's nothing. It's meaningless currency. It allows you to interact with me and interact with the community a little bit, but beyond that, it has no real value. Channel points are basically nothing. Unless I choose, like, I have seen some streamers that are like, hey, if you donate, you know, 100,000 channel points, I will gift a sub to the community. Or something like that. So, like, if I chose to attach some kind of monetary value or something else to it, like, some people value the ability to get their name in the game. And so that's, you know, there's a channel point cost attached to that. So if you value that, then it has a value, but it only has the value you assign. That's my Kojimbo rant. Built so much roads in that game when it came out? Yeah, exactly. I think anybody who played the game for an extensive period of time basically rebuilt the entire highway system. And Friend Aid gifting a tier 1 sub to IO Killian or Low Killian? I'm not sure. I assume it's IO Killian. But IO Killian, welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions. And Friend Aid, thank you so much for the gifted sub. I appreciate it. You do not have to do that, but I appreciate it all the same. Best thing is you could make her drink something. Yeah. That's what the points are for. The points are to make sure that I stay hydrated, because I'm not good at taking care of myself. Alright, let's see. Back to Lance composition. So we haven't taken out the Royal Highlander in a while. I think it's about time we did that. Let's take out the Royal Highlander. We'll take out the Warhammer. Let's see. We can take out... Let's take out the Victor. And let's do... How many tons do we have left? We got 75 tons. We could take out another Marauder. You know what? As a matter of fact, I think that's exactly what we'll do. We will pull a Marauder out of cold storage. See which ones we have. We'll take out the 3D. Tell you what. Since this crab is damaged, we're gonna strip it and sell it. Because we only need 3 crabs. And I said I was gonna get rid of the crab 20s. Because we have 2 Star League era crabs. Alright. Now. Let us also make sure that we get the repairs underway, as you do. And now that we've done that, we can throw the Marauder in. And then let's see who we're gonna stick in here. Looks like General Quarters is up.
We're ready for orders.
Ernst has already got his mech, but we'll go ahead and we'll put him in the Dragon Slayer as well, since he's got some experience. We know Mara in the Warhammer has got their stuff sorted. And then it looks like Northman is gonna be our Highlander pilot. What? I trying to make me mad, yes, now? Are you trying? Want me to smack you? Some watched over my shoulder and now he wants me to help him play Mechwarrior 5. Been fun catching a stream. Well, that's good to hear, Aussie. Good to hear. Glad that the kid is getting into Mechwarrior as well and having a good time with it. I don't know if you're both watching the stream, but if so, hello to both of you. And I do wish you the best with Mechwarrior 5. It can be a whole lot of fun, and I imagine it's more fun with folks that you know. I play mostly by myself, but even so, I have a plenty good enough time with it. Yes, now, not in the way that you're thinking. Not in the way that you're thinking, I will say that. You say depends. When I say smack you, I ain't talking about like that.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening.
That costs
Stand
extra,
clear.
young man.
Reactor online. Sensor.
Usually do the moving and he does the firing. Well, you know, at the same time, I think it's great that even at that young age, he's, you know, still wanting to get into it, still wanting to, you know, have some fun with Dad. I assume Dad. I mean, technically, you aren't necessarily a guy, but your name is Aussie Eric, so I'm gonna assume you're a guy. Also, the Battletech community as a whole tends to skew towards folks with their plumbing on the outside. But I think it's great that you know, your son is wanting to get into it, wanting to spend some time with Dad, and wanting to do something that Dad enjoys as well. And it's good that you're taking the time.
She's an experienced fighter, and her troops are just as lethal.
Time for food. I'll catch you later. Well, good to see you, Ajax. As always, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for spending some time with us. And do enjoy the food.
Heavy metal on radar.
New target awesome.
Mobile units in the area.
Fucking partisan. Oh my.
Target applied.
Target received. Engaging.
And that is... Oh, it's an awesome. That's why. I was like, that's a hell of a thing. Leg him. Leg him. Or we could just blow him up. That works too.
We're on it, Commander.
Target destroyed.
God, the LBX-10 is just so good. It is so good. Ow? Excuse you? Well, I mean, it matched the class of VTOL, Rihanna, before I blew it up.
Our attack.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up.
Creme battle, eh?
Is officially KIA. I'm coming down for exfiltration, but be sure to hurry up. I'm seeing incoming reinforcements.
Good.
We fulfilled our contract, Commander. Let's get you out of here now.
No. No, absolutely not. We're not retreating. I'm not standing down from this fight. Look at all this primo salvage. Why would I back off from this?
That'll be my pleasure.
Alright, let's see. What do we got here?
Enough. Ready to start pickup operation.
Give me the loots. Give me the loots.
Cargo acquired.
Destroyed.
Acknowledged.
Target
Target destroyed.
Oh, don't worry. You're gonna get yours. You are gonna get yours. Stop it.
acquired.
Wilco, focusing fire. Enemy destroyed. Enemy mech destroyed.
And then that spider was rendered into the past tense.
Focus target updated.
Oh, it's the 63X. That's the one that likes to use the AC2s. That's why you're so annoying. Stop it. Stop it.
Focusing our fire on target. Lance target
Stop
received.
it.
Group target acknowledged.
Okay. This is why I don't like partisans, chat. Goddamn partisans. Could you imagine as a child saying to its parents, and I grew up, I want to be a VTOL pilot. I mean, at that point, that's when you put your kid into that's when you put your kid into therapy. Like, because if your kid wants to be a VTOL pilot, your kid is basically telling you that they want to commit suicide. Getting in voice chat for the DGen meeting shortly. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, in about 15 minutes on the Discord, fucking Sierra has got essentially a degenerates meeting going on, where they're going to have a presentation. It's a fun community thing. They're basically going to do presentations of their favorite waifus and husbandos. Explaining why they are awesome and why they are the best is optional, but hopefully some folks will actually take the time to do that. So with that being said, let us have a look at the salvage for starters. We'll take this awesome, and we will take as much salvage as we can off of these guys. But I had said that I might call the stream a little early because I do kind of want to just hang out in the Discord with the folks and see what they have to say. I don't know that I'll interact at all, but I think it'll be fun to at least listen in and see what you degenerates have to say. Waifu show and tell. Yeah, pretty much. Waifu show and tell. That's a good descriptor. Is there a Discord link? Absolutely, Mr. Teach. Exclamation Discord. Exclamation Discord. There you go. Sierra's got it for you. So with that being said, let's see. We got the enemy of my enemy part 2. I'll go ahead and accept that. It looks like we're gonna send us to another place, but let's go ahead and we'll do the repairs on the mechs. As you do. As you do. Because I always forget to do that. And even though it was unintentional, I think I will take that opportunity and we'll go ahead. We will bring the stream to a close today. And we can, for those of you that want to join, we can go over to the Discord and just hang out. So, because what I don't want to do, I don't want to make people choose between watching the stream and going over there to do that. Because that's been on the books for like 2 weeks or something like that. So like I don't like for those of you that have been working on it and doing preparation for it and stuff, like I know there are some people that have actually been putting work into it. So like I don't want you to not be able to talk to anybody because everybody's still over here in the stream. So let's go ahead and drop a save, chat. As you do, you guys know how it is. Better safe than sorry. So we'll go ahead and drop a save. And then let's head back over to the office. Well, let's get rid of the angry mech bay noises. No angry mech bay noises. But speaking of angry mech bays, oh man, that Annihilator is something special. I'm looking forward to more opportunities to put that thing on the field, because that thing is disgusting. And we already know that flamers are broken. Put 129 kph on an Annihilator. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. I love it. It's disgusting, and I love it. So that, on top of the rest of the stuff that we were doing out here in the inner sphere today, again, we're making money, we're building mechs. I will say, though, yeah, exactly, Gemma, exactly. We put a supercharger and a mask in an Annihilator with a 400 engine. It goes 129 kph when we're using the mask. It is gross. It is fucking disgusting. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It is the best thing we've done so far. And I need to find more applications for it. Now, with that being said, we could do the same thing with the ballistic version with the 1X. Instead of flamers, we could put in machine guns and do the same thing. Maybe. We'll see. I'll think about it. But yeah, another thing that we gotta look at, and I gotta. So I'm not. Don't take this the wrong way, because I know how it's gonna sound. But we might have to start looking at what we do in the future, because as much as I want to get into the later parts of the timeline for clan tech and stuff like that, the thing is, we're kind of, and I hate to say it, but we're running out of stuff to do. We've done all the DLCs, like all of the timeline stuff is done. There's not as much to do beyond just random missions. So I'll have to put some thought into what we do next. Cause what I don't want to do is, like, I don't want to get to a point in the campaign where we don't have anything to do and we're kind of just like bored and, oh man, well, you know what I mean? Like I've said before, I always want us to have like an objective, to have something that we're working towards. So I'll have to think about what we're gonna do, and we could do themed runs. We could potentially switch up games. Like there's other stuff to do. So the Mechwarrior 5 campaign is not coming to an end yet, but I am thinking about like where the end game is. And of course we do have like the Coyotes mission pack that we could do. But I'll probably have to start a new game for that. So we would have to start a new campaign or a new career. So, there are other things. There are other things that we could do. But like I said, without a clear end goal in mind for this particular career, what I don't want to happen is for it to just peter out and everybody to get bored with it. So like, it's still fun now, but I want to end on a high note. Instead of, like just suddenly, and then we're done because there's not really anything left to do. Megas, I know it's not that you have to start over for Coyotes. The problem is, I don't know if it's going to play nice with the current mod pack that we have. So, I don't know. It's, like I said, nothing set in stone. It's just some stuff that's like in the back of my mind, things that I'm thinking about. So, I don't know. We'll figure something out. Don't worry, the campaign's not going anywhere just yet. But I am keeping in mind, like, what happens down the line. Because I don't want to put, 20 more hours into the career and then, again, just have that peter out. I'd rather burn out than fade away, You know how that goes? But anyway, enough of that. So, of course, as always, I want to thank you guys for coming out on this Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you live, and hanging out with us for some hot mech on mech action. Again, the world is a roller coaster of challenges, and we don't all have a lot of time on this planet, so I want to thank you. I want you to know that I appreciate every minute that you spend here in the channel and in the community with us. Whether you were here for 5 minutes or 5 hours, every single one of those minutes is precious, and I appreciate you choosing to spend them here. There's a million other places you could be, a million other things you could be doing, so thank you so much for taking the time to spend it here with us and making this stream and this community the awesome collection of individuals that it is. So again, before we go, I want to thank you one more time for hanging out with me on a Saturday and making this one another outstanding stream. And I want to remind you, like I always do, that your life has value and that the world is a better place with you in it. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. And I'll see you next time.